What became of the old pirates of days gone by? Evil Petey with his 9.5-finger salute, the dashing blade of Bluebeard the Elder and his sidekick Tiger Mark, old peg-leg Davy Folds, and the demonic one-eared Kate. They faded and hung up their sea legs. But a new breed of mariner runs the Atlantic looking for pieces of 8 and an easy buck to make now. They run the blockades and supply either side in a war of the soul. The Starsky and Hutch of the ocean waves under the misappropriated Union flag. And today's question, what shall we do with the drunken sailor?
Open up, this is the sheriff. Open up, this is the Salem police.
Good evening, officer. What can I do for you?
Good evening. We've had some complaints. Do you mind if I look around, mister?
Mr. Straker, complaints? No, officer. Please come in. What is the nature of these complaints? Nothing to do with my business, I hope.
You've got some old stuff, Straker. Tell me, what's your business here in Salem?
Antiques. My business partner and I have relocated from Europe. Mr. Barlow has just gone for a little walk. You can meet him presently. If you think you can face the master, the king, what say you, sheriff? Will you pit the faith in your badge against his impeccable knowledge of antiques, and he will let the boy live? Is that a wager?
What boy? What the hell are you talking about, Straker?
Why, the little boy lost in the woods, who is about to meet my partner, Mr. Barlow. The little boy who is on his way home, who is about to learn the difference between a Welsh dresser, a vampogram, and a portmanteau.
Jimmy, where are you? Why didn't you wait for me? Come on now, stop joshing me, it's dark. Dad will be angry, we're late. What was that? Who's there?
Thank you, Eustace. Welcome, dearest listeners, to another dirty little secret on your phone. You protest to your partner, it's only work, as you slink into the bathroom again. Your partner is now knocking at the door. What are you doing in there? You're not at it again, are you? There will be tears before bedtime again, tears at the school gates again, and another tear-filled session with the counsellor again. You can't help yourself, can you? You just can't say no. What the hell is your problem, bucko? The counsellor asks you repeatedly as you look at your feet again, in disgrace again, without a rational explanation for your antisocial and uncivic behaviour again. You know it is the ambiguity that you desire. White, black, boy, man, slave, plantation owner, gun runner, evil bringer, spirit walker, trainee mariner. You know the irony, you know the cheese in the sandwich, you know the rules. You know you've been bad, you know that it thrills you. You know that Billie Jean was not your lover. But to the uneducated eye, it appears that you brought evils unto the world. You're always the misunderstood one, the pilloried one, the mistrusted one, the complete and utter moonwalker, and always will be. Ingalatrix again. Welcome back, dearest listeners. Boring weather update. We haven't scraped out the corpse from the aircon unit on the station roof yet. It's still broken, so it's still hot. End of tedious weather update. Now let's go over to our resident film buff, Mr. Spartacus, and get another slice of relatively unknown film nonsense.
It is not commonly known that the career of David Soul was entwined with that of Elvis, although it was only the singer's death that stopped them appearing on the silver screen together. Stephen King has wanted the King to play the master in his TV film Salem's Lot, but unfortunately Elvis had died 2 years earlier. David Soul dutifully waited for the film to be recast,
But this affected his mental state and the film went directly to TV. The ultimate performance of soul and another casting coup of James Mason does credit to the project. But Elvis fans the world over were convinced that Stephen King had brought evil into the US and was ultimately responsible for the death of the king. Anyway, this affected Soul, who, like his character in the film, disappeared on the run from vampires for many years, although his demons were alcohol and Elvis fans with wooden stakes.
If you've been receiving any postings from a film buff called Mr. Spartacus, he is an imposter and a David Soul amateur. I'm the real Spartacus, and this is how we do it. David Soul was on the run for many years and could only get stage work, and it seemed that the success of Starsky and Hutch was long forgotten memory. He couldn't take the death of Elvis association, but it was Stephen King who took the unconventional step of publicly trying to prove that he hadn't brought evils into the United States and that Elvis had died due to burgers, not said evils. He finally revealed his sources that showed that the original idea for Salem's Lot was based upon official army records from the American Civil War. In 1862, Confederate forces discovered a large crate on the banks of the Cape Fear, and this was where the evil rumours began. It's not possible to prove the accuracy of this report, but Stephen King went on from strength to strength and has put the Elvis death behind him, unlike the poor David Soul, who is still in hiding.
Thank you, Eustace! Tell you what, amigo, it's too hot in here for me now. Why don't we go down to the Lido at the Hotel Lazarus and chill out? Okay, Spose, I'm not in a very good mood today. You know, when you feel like you've got a stick in your hand and everyone looks like a piñata. Come on, amigo, let's go down to the pool bar, have a couple of drinks, have a swim, you'll feel better. Okay, but if we're going to do Jaws again, can I be Chief Brody this time? I'm sick of being Quint. I'm not bonkers, you know. Yes, whatever, amigo. Let's go and miss the happy hour at the Budgie Smuggler. Damn that pointless continuity bucket. I really should move it from the middle of the stairs. Well, here you go, amigo. Now go and get 2 sun loungers and I'll get the drinks in. What do you fancy? A rum daiquiri, lots of ice. There you go, I've got a picture. They've run out of Cinzano. Cheers! We're gonna need a bigger boat. You'll be Chief Brody, eh? Is that the best you've got, amigo? You amateur. Right, help me out with this crossword. 1 down. Trouble Veil Singer. 5 letters. But her radio consort was already lying back on the sun lounger and had started to doze off. As the ice from the daiquiri begins to melt all over his Amity Island pool bar discount card.
I remember very well the day I first started to keep a daily journal. It was in the year of our Lord 1862, on July the 18th day. It was the day that I went to sea. I was just 15 years of age and had left home after the funeral of my mother with all of my worldly possessions on my back. I set out for London, with a ken to seek passage on a ship and make my fortune, as I had nothing left here. No family, no home, no future, no scarlet bird. That's me in the corner, losing my red pigeon. I was walking on the dockside in the summer sun, along the public houses and taverns, dodging the drunken mariners, the hawkers, the pickpockets, and the general human jetsam that is the day-to-day scum of a busy port. You know, the usual crowd. I began to observe a portly man swaggering outside the colourful tavern, the tattooed arms covered in vomit.
Leave us alone, you varlets! What do you lot know of the sea, the world? You lot couldn't navigate a village duck pond, let alone an ocean-going merchantman.
Shut it, you rum-addled fool! You've lost your sea legs to the booze!
Yeah, get out of it, you stinker! Come here then, I'll show you how we do things, you dog.
I remember the paralytic man lunging forward, his arms flailing around as he sought to teach his tormentors a lesson in naval warfare with his fists. He swings wildly and misses by a country mile and ends up in a heap in the gutter. I went over to the vomit-encrusted figure in the dirt. filled a bucket from the street trough, picked up his purse and gave the hapless figure a dousing.
What was that for?
You look like you could do with a shower. You look like you could use an ally. You look like you could use your purse.
My purse? Where'd you get that, you thieving little bastard?
Bastard, quite probably. An orphan, definitely. A thief, perhaps. But would a thief bring his victim around and hand him back his stolen bounty? This is a very poor thief indeed. Here, let me help you up, Mr.
Thank you. My name's Lockyer. And who stands before me? This poor thief. This locker monitor. What's thy name, lad?
Munchin. Byron Munchin at your service, sir.
Well, pleased to meet you indeed, Master Munchin. Now let's go and spend some of this purse as a reward. You like rum?
No, gin, Mr. Lockyer. Gin.
Don't worry, you'll soon be drinking it like it's your own mother's milk. You see, Master Munchin, I'm second mate on a privateer merchant ship called the Galatree. I'm waiting her to dock here in order to pick up a special cargo that's come in from Central Europe. We would normally sail out of Liverpool for the Americas, but the captain asked me to take personal care of this cargo. Special like.
The Americans? What business are you in?
Our company is the Oswestry and Crick Trading Company. We transport out whatever gives the best profit. Fancy goods, clothing, or anagrams. We've also traded other things like cheese and jokes. Then we bring back the cotton to Blighty. But it all changed after the war.
The war, sir?
The Civil War in the Americas. When it broke out last year, the Northern Union had blockaded the entire East Seaboard. A snake of Union ships, nay, an anaconda, stopping us from trade with the seceded states, our main customers. So we took the letter of marque, and now we trade mail and hardware.
With this, he gave a large wink.
Mail and pots and pans? It doesn't sound very profitable, Mr. Lockyer.
It's the most profitable trade the captain's ever had. The Galatree is aptly named as it's the captain's last chance with the company. The captain had had some bad luck, you see. The captain, as his custom, has an 1/8 share of the ship, but the company owns the rest. The captain has had several trading ideas in the past that had, well, mixed results, shall we say, and the directors have given him one last chance. One last sail, the Galatree. If we don't turn a profit this year, he's likely to hang for the debts he owes the company.
Debt?
You see, Master Munchin, we first started to export cheese to the Americas. We had 3 ships, the Red Leicester, the Wensleydale, and the Swiss. The captain and I were on the Swiss. We lost the other ships in a storm off the coast of Cuba, but the Swiss was the only ship that made it through to the Americas. The other cargoes were lost. We failed to turn a profit on this venture. Swiss is low-value stuff. Try a sandwich in the Americas and you will see so. Then, at the captain's behest, we started to export old-world humour to the new land. Again, 3 ships were commissioned, the Sarcasm, the Benny Hill, and the Irony. We lost the Irony in the storm in the Azores. The other ships made it to the Americas, but we still didn't turn a profit on this venture. It wasn't very funny, considering it would have fetched a capital price had we landed that lost cargo in the land of the free that was built on slavery. But since the war, we've been trading the mail. We load it up and sail to Nassau, where we deliver it up and pick up cotton. The mail is then delivered into southern ports such as Wilmington on the Cape Fear via special narrow fast steamers. They're called blockade runners.
So you run the blockade? Really? Just for the mail?
Not quite. The northern states have all the industrial capacity and the US Navy. The southern states only has tobacco and cotton, and they need mail and hardware. We sail the mail across the ocean under the Union Jack as neutrals, then make port in Nassau and deliver it. Under the mail sacks are guns, powder, percussion caps, fuses, uniforms, cannons, and banjos.
Banjos?
Yes, sir. They're in high demand, especially in the south. Then we bring back cotton to Liverpool and we finally seeing a profit. Tuppence a pound in Wilmington and 2 shillings a pound in Liverpool. You do the reckoning. But the captain has got another idea for this trip. A capital idea that would make us all stinking rich. You see, we can pay our debt to Oswestry and Crick and all retire. Get out of this game for good. You see, the captain has done a deal with a Confederate colonel. We have a special cargo that can win the war for them. If we deliver this cargo, they can win the war and we will be very, very well rewarded. This is why I'm here. We need to go and pick up this cargo from a warehouse here in London. We'll sail to Nassau tomorrow. See, Mr. Munchin, would you like to join our little George? Seems that you're a very poor thief indeed, and you seem to have time in your hands. What say you? Will you join the gallantry for our venture?
Aye, Mr. Lockyer, I would. What could possibly go wrong?
That's the spirit, lad. Let me introduce myself properly. I'm second mate Lockyer, Davy Jones Lockyer, but most shipmates call me Lucky.
I stayed overnight in the Tattooed Arms. I met with Lucky the next day to inspect the special cargo at Mr. Caleb Moffat's warehouse.
Mr. Lockyer, I presume? Well, here's your delivery. When can you get it away? The lads don't like it. They say that it's cursed. I want it off my dock as quickly as possible. There's something wrong with that crate, make no mistake.
Wrong? Whatever's the matter with you, Moffat? Let's have a look at it.
Well, it's a crate. Admittedly, a large crate. Its surface feels really quite cold. Hang on, what's this branded on the side? The letters V-E-L-I-S, Velis.
Velis? What the hell does that mean?
I think it means sails. What's this underneath? A dragon on a castle with Ljublijana. I think they call it Anagram. This is a strange thing. I wonder what's in it.
Well, Master Munchy, you seem to know your stuff with this. I say this be your little cargo, baby. It gives me the creeps like a witch's kiss. I don't like the cut of its jib. Let's get it loaded onto the gallantry. What did I tell thee? She's a vast ship. Master Munchy, I want you to meet the most important man on the vessel. This is the cook. He's from Jamaica, Dakota, but we all call him Beer Can.
What a strange name. Why's that, sir?
Ask him what's for breakfast.
Excuse me, sir, but what's for breakfast?
Beer can, man! Beer can!
And I know these two reprobate porters look similar, but never get them mixed up, or it'll be very bad. Master Munchin, let me introduce Master Staines and Seaman Bates.
At your service, sir!
And this is a very strange fellow indeed. He's a native Indian. He doesn't say much, but we call him Bell. He's supposed to be a tribal chief or a witch doctor or some such. But he never says more than a grunt. So he could be anything on this ship. Mr. Bell, this is Master Munchin.
Hello, Mr. Bell. Yes, feel free to examine my scalp. No, that's quite all right.
I, sailor, sail under the sun on ice. Welcome, Iceman.
I remember feeling very uneasy at this meeting, but as his eyes looked into my soul, I felt more at ease. Then I realized that he was talking to me in a strange tongue, in my head, not with the cumbersome voice of shipmates, but a clear, noble voice, a warrior voice of much wisdom and clarity. Although I don't remember the words exactly, I have written Yokiro Taco Bell here in my journal. Anyway, that's what I thought I had.
Master Munchin, let me introduce you to the first mate, Mr. Daiquiri.
Hello, Mr. Daiquiri. What a rum name.
Welcome aboard, Master Munchin. Remember, boy, I'm first mate, not your mate.
Come, let's go and get you billeted and induted. Well, Master Munchin, I've never heard Bell speak with such alacrity before. You must have something of the night about you, young fella, my lad.
Mr. Lockyer, Why do they call you Lucky? 'Twas a tale of woe you told me about the voyages you've been on, to be sure.
Let me show you, Master Munchin. So, Master Munchin, you know my name, Davy Jones Lockyer. So see this tattoo on my chest. What does that say to you?
There are 15 skeletons dancing, and a bottle of rum in each hand over the words Lucky. What means this, Mr. Lockyer?
I was aboard the SS Medusa in 41. 75 crewmates boarded her in Havana, and only one came ashore after the storm. 'Twas I, Master Munchin, afloat on a rum barrel. Should have been a dead man. How strange was that, with my name. So I cursed my birth name to the dead, and called myself Lucky. I got it tattooed on my chest so I wouldn't forget, as I have a drinking issue.
What's on your back, Lucky?
Now you're asking. Why, Mr. Lucky, eh? We're in the Port-au-Prince, and the lads got me drunk. They heard my story and wanted to mark me for luck. They dragged me to a tattoo shack, and they all gathered round, forcing me into a choice. I requested the words, "To the sea, it is the hour." But heave to and see what those dogs did. Of course, the tattooist was a Frenchie in Port-au-Prince. What reads you there, Master Munchin? What does it say?
It reads, "Hello, sailor."
That's why they call me Lucky. Dead man's name, dead man's chest, and a homophobic French seaman gag on my back. But I ain't dead yet, Master Munchin. Ain't dead yet for all my trying.
Alarm! Alarm! All hands! All hands! It's Dockery! Down in the hold! Come down here!
Come, Master Munchin, let's have a look in the hold.
It's Master Dockery, sir! He's dead!
What happened?
I'm not sure. We found him lying next to the special cargo, sir. I think his neck's been broken.
Come, lads, let's to bed. This business will be best sorted out in daylight tomorrow, under the captain's view.
As Lockyer walked past me, he whispered in my ear,
Hide behind this crate here tonight and report what you see to me tomorrow at first light. I'm not sure we can be trusting our good shipmates. Not on this voyage.
As the others left the hold, dragging the body of Dacre up the stairs, I snuck under a tarpaulin and peeked out, watching the dead man's face nod to me as his head bonked on each step as he was pulled away. He looked like he was trying to mouth some words of wisdom to me. I remember thinking, "Don't eat yellow snow." Then I was in the darkness with the crate. The gentle sway of the ship was the only sensation I could feel other than the noticeable cold down here in the hold. Then something very peculiar happened. I was aware that I was walking in a desert at night, large shapes looming up around me, blocking out the starlight behind. I guess they were giant cactus, although I had only seen pictures of them before. I was aware of the desert sounds, rustles and screeches of ground creatures, and owls moving around me, sharing this space, this dream. Then I was aware of something else, silent and massive, moving through my dream toward me. It just seemed like darkness passing through everything, not making a sound, and then it was on me. I turned to run, but immediately tripped over a rock and my face hit the dirt. I turned around on my back and looked up. I could just see the stars being blacked out by a large black shape, like a mainsail, growing over me as I kicked out with my feet, wildly into the darkness. Then I felt a tight grip on my arm, and I was jerked sharply sideways and was being dragged swiftly along by my arm, but my feet were not even touching the ground. I looked ahead and saw the calm face of Belle looking back at me. We were flying. Lucky, where are you? Hello? Where is everyone? We're adrift. There's no one at the wheel. Where's the captain? Hello? Is anyone there? Right, I guess I'm going to have to sail this ship myself. Let's have a look at these books and charts. How hard can it be? Here we are, the Observer Book of Seamanship. Right, page 1. Sailing for beginners. Handling a dinghy. That's no good. Which chapter is a 200-ton clipper? Here we are. Welcome, seafarer. Congratulations on buying this book. We will give you everything you need to become a sailor. On larger 3-masted ships, it is customary to have a crew to manage the rigging and other important navigation equipment. Damn, the devil is always in the detail with these self-help books. Right, compass, wheel, let's go west. Yes, what have we hit? We're starting to list. We're taking in water. What does the book say? In the event of sinking, step 1, try jettisoning excess weight. Sailing ship cliches are a good place to start. Okay, I'll give it a try. Shiver me timbers! Avast me hearties! Roger the cabin boy! No. Damn, we're still sinking. Step 2. If step 1 didn't work, get lucky tattooed on your chest. No time for that. Step 3. Learn to swim. Bugger. That should have been step 1. Step 4. Find something to abandon ship on. Suggestion. Something ironical that was predicted as a portent earlier in the voyage. I know. The special cargo. Then go back to step 1 again. Right. Here we go. Abandon ship!
Hey, wake up, amigo. You've been asleep for ages. Do you want another daiquiri?
Elvis!
Elvis, amigo? What are you talking about?
Your crossword solution is Elvis. It's the special cargo. Monk Chin was lost at sea on a sinking ship and clung onto the special cargo as it was a block of ice. He floated ashore onto the banks of the Cape Fear River and made land. You see, the special cargo was the Ljublijana Anagram.
The Ljublijana Anagram, amigo? What the hell are you talking about? How much rum have you had?
No, the special cargo had the word velis on it, which means to sail. The trouble with anagrams is they veil their true meaning. They thought they were delivering the evils unto the Americas, but it was something else. The ship was lost, Velis was lost, the crew lost their lives, and there's only a couple of them left. Evils, Elvis, and, well, Levi's. When the Confederate soldiers found a chunk of ice on the riverbank, he had nothing in except the anagram solution and the footprints of a lone survivor making his way inland. I guess Munchin knew. It's ironic that they banned the import of anagrams in the first place.
They banned irony as well. Well, amigo, your Chief Brody's coming on a treat. Did Quint make it, Chief?
The slightly burnt radio presenter stirred the ice around in his daiquiri and simply looked up and shook his head. An aging David Soul is sitting in a Mexican shack, decanting holy water into phials and placing them into a bag. He sharpens stakes and looks at himself in the mirror. The phial begins to glow blue.
Oh no, they've tracked me down again. Mr. Soul, we meet again. And now it's time to face the master, the king. Come in, Mr. Barlow.
A 7-foot-tall, bald monster with fanged teeth simply appears in the room.
I'll defend myself. You'll never get past this. I'll strike the beast with it if he comes any closer. Really, Mr. Soul, my good fellow. Those are no match for the master. Your genes are no match for the king, whatever the brand. He's all yours, Mr. Barlow.
You're looking for trouble? You've come to the right place. 'Cause I'm evil.
Thank you. Thank you very much.
Under the centenary bridge, the voices rise louder and louder in unison. Farewell and adieu to the fair Spanish ladies. Farewell and adieu, your ladies of Spain. 'Cause we've received orders to sail on the Gallatry. So farewell and adieu, you ladies of Spain. In Gallatry, again and again and again.
You have been listening to Gallatry, a community-funded local radio station. I'm Adam Aardvark. Max couldn't be around at the end of the show. He often needs to lie down in a darkened room and sort of, well, convalesce. If you enjoyed today's show and want to know more or simply express a simple and not very cogent opinion, then email us at welcometogallatry@gmail.com. You can tell us what you think, although we might already know what you think. Or failing that, if you genuinely have no idea, we can helpfully provide some new ideas that you can call your very own. Ideas that you can share with your friends and family and become a much more interesting and likeable person, if only to yourself. This has been a Gallatry Entertainment broadcast recorded in a haunted pub in Gallatry. No, honestly, voices appeared on the recordings that we later had to edit out. I think we got them all, but who's to know for sure? Anyway, Gallatry is performed by Max Black, written and recorded by Max Black and Adam Aardvark, is copyright Gallatry Productions 2015. Thanks for listening. But remember, on your next journey home, Gallatry may be just around the corner.
Don't give up on us, baby. Don't make the wrong seem right. The future isn't just one night. It's written in the night.
Coming to Gallatry Radio soon, the new episode, Rotten Fruit Detector.